And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Aesop Grim here, and this is the continuation of my blind playthrough of RDR2 in 2025. This is your actual real episode 71 on Wednesday. Hopefully you all saw the kind of fake episode that I released earlier this morning. This one should be releasing at 4 p.m. my time. And you saw the news about the Oblivion remastered that's coming to the channel. I want to talk to you some more about that during today's gameplay. And this will serve as, I don't know, something kind of what would normally be an intro video for Oblivion Remastered. I'll tell you what I'm thinking, what my background is on this game, and a little bit more of why we're doing this.
Apparently someone is running around the country here shooting nearly everyone they see.
Really?
Yes, really. I thought maybe it was Bill, but now I think maybe it's you.
Me?
We don't need unnecessary problems. We have enough real ones.
All right. Okay, but that's going to come later, because right now, Charles, who I've been waiting on doing this bank robbery with, he only appears during certain times of the day, I think. He's available. So we're going to do this mission first, and then we'll talk about Oblivion later.
Charles?
You busy?
No. What?
Fella sold me these plans.
Oh, what do you gotta ask him for, Charles?
Uh-oh.
Me?
He's just gonna make a big drama out of it. You know he will.
Drama out of what?
Only the easiest little bank score ever got taken.
Well, I don't like robbing banks now.
You like complaining and whining. We never robbed that bank in Rhodes.
Arthur's good. He's the best man we got. And this is easy.
But he complains a lot.
What is it?
Turns out there's a big weakness in the building. They replaced a window to improve security, but the bricks are real weak.
So?
The vault's right behind.
Fella
How do
sold
we
me the
know
plans,
all
told me all
this?
about it. It's an open secret in town, due to be fixed any day, apparently.
Okay.
We got enough explosives?
I don't think so.
Well, then what are we waiting for? Come on.
Opportunity strikes.
No whining there, Arthur Morgan.
Oh, shut up. I'll make you whine.
Oh, give me this.
Yeah. Not on the job, man. We got to be able to trust you. Your trust level's already pretty low. All right, let's go find out what this is all about. As you notice, I changed my outfit. We have more of a dressed up kind of city appearance. Closer. This is what I call like a Doc Holliday look. This is what I mean. Upscale,
Coming
but still,
Gotcha.
still a gunslinger, still a cowboy.
Been a while since I robbed a bank. I'm looking forward to this.
You ever robbed a bank?
Of course I have. And what about that one up near Canada with you and Bill a couple of years ago?
You was the lookout, and not a very good one if I remember right.
Can you believe this, Charles?
I'm staying out of it. Try not to get us trapped in a burning barn this time, Uncle.
And you try not to kill half the town over some imaginary gold.
He has a point there.
Ha!
No more
Probably
dialogue.
best we approach the bank from the back. Don't need nobody recognizing us. I agree. It's this way.
Easy.
Okay.
Yeah! Hold up. Let's cut through here. Damn it!
Careful.
That's an interesting looking horse. I don't think I've ever seen a horse that looks like that in real life. I'm sure they're out there, but I've seen like Charles type. This has to be a version of that. It's a painted horse.
There's the bank. Just there.
I see it.
Here. This way. Let's rest here till dark.
This is my kind of bank robbery.
It's time. Let's go.
All right. Wake up, beautiful.
What, already?
Yes, come on. All right. Let's see what's going on.
That boy over there, he's a guard for sure.
Well, I'll go deal with him.
Silently, please.
Of course.
Okay, do I have a bow? I do not. And I don't really want to kill this dude. I want to knock him out, but I don't think it's going to give me that option, guys. Oof. See, you could have just knocked him out, man. Alright, well, I ain't looking to take any of his weapons. Here's my, oh, you know what? We maybe want to pick him up. Where did we come in from? That stand of trees over there.
All clear. Good work, Arthur. Follow me. Grab that spool, Arthur. Unspool that wire to about 30 feet away.
Okay.
Sure.
Thanks. This won't take long. Okay. I think we're all good. Ready when you are.
Here we go.
Push the stick, Arthur.
Let's move. Make it quick.
Do I have dynamite? No.
Safes look damaged. I reckon we should be able to pry them open.
Let's see what we got in here. Check those other vaults.
Yes, hurry up. We ain't got it all.
Other vaults. Oh, there they are. Okay. Open safe. Okay. Got a little bit of a score. Payday. How are we looking?
Let's go, gentlemen, quick.
Coming. Let's go.
Let's get out of here. Follow me.
escape the law, so it's just get out of town. Get out of Dodge. Can I jump? Yep. Okay, red circle's moving with me. Doggone it, I knew something bad was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I was looking for a road to get on. Nowhere? I can't find a road? That's weird. Let's do this right. Instead of blind navigating. Okay, where am I? This is me? Well, I mean, all this stuff is roads, isn't it? No, I'm a long ways from anything approaching a road.
Yep.
$25 bounty.
Looks like the coast is clear. You were saying before you disappeared on me? Let's keep riding. Head for camp. Make sure there's no one tailing us.
Meet outside of Shady Bell. Alright. We won't need to, so it'll have a marker for us.
Yeah.
Alright, well, cool.
Christ!
Doggone it, you nearly steered me into a tree, homie. Let's go ahead and get this mission complete. And then we'll probably go look for materials for the camp, like, I said ram's horn, I meant ram's skull. Stuff like that. Go ahead and get this marker off. There we go. Arthur looks good. I like this. The pants and boots aren't the best. I don't really like seeing the pants tucked into the boots.
That's why. Hey, hold up a moment, fellas. See? Easy.
Real easy.
How'd we do? We did okay, I think.
Maybe too easy.
Here. And thank you, boys. That was fun. Now, don't forget to give the camp its share, Uncle.
Oh, as if I would.
As if. Now, split up, both of you. Let's get moving.
Well, I take it back. The pants look good. It's just, yeah, I don't really like the legs tucked into the boots, but I guess that makes sense. I mean, whenever you see like movies with English riding boots, they always have their pants tucked in, so I suppose it just makes sense. Okay, well, let's go take a look at what the camp needs. What we can go hunt down.
Good to see you back in one piece.
It'll be weird hunting in this kind of outfit, but I'm not going to take the time to change. We're at 15 minutes. Hitch horse. I don't know how much money I made for that. I didn't notice. I'm sure it popped up and I didn't look at it. I was looking at Arthur's boots. Alright, well, what we are going to... Well, no. I was going to say we're going to eat, but it won't be ready. So I guess while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to have Arthur eat. We'll gold core stamina, I guess. Have, like, there, we'll eat the last cheese wedge, maybe a can of peas. What do we got here? Strawberries. I think that was strawberries. Yeah. Pineapple. How about some fruit? Yeah, sure. Pineapple instead of the peas. And last thing, kidney beans. That should be good. Okay, now let's take a look right here. Crafting upgrades.
Oh, Mr. Morgan. I've jotted down a few things that I think could be nice additions around here.
Well, I guess we might as well go for this right here. I'm only missing one thing. What is it? A cougar pelt. Okay.
Remember, you won't find something like this anywhere else.
Let's consult the internet and find out if there's a really good spot for cougar pelts. RDR2 perfect cougar pelt. New Austin, West Elizabeth, and remote forested sections of New Hanover. Attacking and then retreating. Use a rifle with any ammo excluding explosives or poison arrows, or use a bow with poison arrows. Well, that didn't make a lot of sense, but okay. Poison arrows can also be used to immobilize the cougar for a clean kill. Perfect cougar pelts can be used to, okay. Near forests and in areas like the hills north of McFarlane's Ranch, Stillwater Creek, and near Plainview. Okay. Plainview RDR2. Add-on location. Where is that at? Cumberland Forest. Location of O'Driscoll Gang. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay. Hold on. All right. Plainview is a settlement in Red Dead Redemption 2 located in the Rio Bravo region of the New Austin Territory. New Austin RDR2 map. I don't think I've run into New Austin yet. I may not have access to that. Oh, it's accessed after completing Chapter 6. Okay, so Plainview's out. Where else? McFarlane's Ranch. RDR2, McFarlane's Ranch location. Henniganstead region of the state of New Austin. Doggone it. Well, what's the other area here? Stillwater Creek location. RDR2, Stillwater Creek location. Yeah, that's in New Austin too, man. You guys can't give me anything other than New Austin? Well, that's frustrating. All right, fine. What about referencing my own map? They're panther paws, right? I know I ran into them up here. That's a trapper. Creek River. Okay. I'm putting you on pause until I get this figured out. I feel like I'm wasting too much time. Stand by. Okay, guys. We got a ride ahead of us, and it is up in the area where we
Bring me
found
something soon if you can, Arthur.
the
I
elk.
hear you. You know, I'll just come back later.
I'm not trying to talk to you. Okay. Documents, valuables, kit. Open. Okay, cover scent. We have some on us. That's good. And then predator bait. Okay. Not necessarily going to need it. I find I don't really tend to need to put these things on, but we'll see. We're going to go out in our nice looking clothes just simply because I don't have time to go change
That's
everything
cool,
out.
bro. Yeah,
Oh, you know what?
easy now.
I need to feed and brush her. So, feed her.
Hey, have this, girl.
Brush her twice.
Take it easy.
Check our status. Arthur is good to go. Our horse is fit, clean, and calm. Okay, good. We're all set.
Easy.
I should show you on the map where we're going. So, the video I just watched says that we go all the way up here. This is where the legendary buck was. It's the Blackbone Forest, and there's a stream. There's like 3 spots. One is about right here, one is here, and one is down around here. And the person said that this middle one is the most reliable. Here you can see the cougar, indicating that there are cougars here. So that's where we're headed. All right, well, let's talk Oblivion on the ride up there. So, the first Elder Scrolls game I ever played, I'll always remember this because I'd never heard of it before. I had just come back. Well, whenever I say just, I think I'd been back for about a year, but I had come back to the States from being overseas. My brother was out visiting me, and I don't even remember how I got turned on to this game. I don't know how I learned about it or what, but I heard somehow, some way, either through a friend or through like PC Magazine or something like that, about this game Morrowind. So I went and bought it. Now, the game was, if I recall correctly, it was relatively new at the time. And me and my brother, well, I played it. My brother watched me play the game, but we would play it for hours at a time at night, and he got completely engrossed in just seeing me play. He liked seeing the game unfold, you know. And both of us were kind of blown away by the depth of the game and how the story sort of came together over time and all these places that you could find. It was really fascinating. So, flash forward years later, and Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion comes out. And, you know, everybody that in my little circle of people, of nerds that like to play video games, were really excited for it. And I remember that I went and I overhauled my machine to be able to play this game at not at the highest settings, but at really good settings, right? So if it wouldn't be able, you got to be a power user to do ultra settings all the way down the board, and that's more of kind of an EPing bragging right sort of thing. and I've never been a power user. I could afford to be. I just didn't see any sense in it. What I do is I like to play games at high settings on for what the areas that I consider to be practical. So I don't need motion blur, for example. I don't need sometimes I don't need screen reflection set to the highest possible setting, you know, stuff like that. So anyway, you get the point. I built my machine up for this. I spent money and I installed new parts and I bought the game, and I think, if I recall correctly, I got like whatever deluxe version that they had, that they were offering. And I'm trying to remember if Shimmering Isles was an expansion for Oblivion, or I think that belonged to Skyrim. All right, well anyway, I bought the Oblivion Deluxe game, if I recall correctly. I installed it, I played it to like level 6. I don't know, maybe it was level 12. I remember I had made it to one of the first towns you can get to. I want to say it was Ham or something, but I might not be remembering right. And I was just starting to dig into how and why you would join a guild. And then I pretty much stopped because my squadron just got really, really, really busy, you know, because somebody did something and we had to go handle business. And we had been handling business for a while up to that point, but my type of unit, without boring you with too many details, it had more in common with the U.S. Army than it did with the U.S. Air Force. And so our 4 stars really didn't know how to use us until they found out that we could do this something real similar to what's called AWACS without costing all the jet fuel. And once they learned that we could be embedded down,
This ain't just.
Keep your distance. Got a criminal here.
you know, we're not just doing, we don't have to do crew rest. We're not flying over for a few weeks and then we're out. We're there. We could go there for 6 months on the ground, set up shop and operate for a lot less money than it cost AWACS and do pretty much the same job. That gave continuity. You know, there was a lot of reasons why that would be favorable. And once that became discovered, we got real busy real quick because there weren't but 6 active duty units of my type in the entire U.S. Air Force. So got to cover the whole year, and so we were gone all the time or we were training. All right, long story short, because there is a lot more to that story, but I think I've painted the picture for you. I got really busy, again, because somebody did something, you know, if you get that reference. And so I never really played Oblivion. I got really big into Skyrim. And I modded the heck out of Skyrim. I learned a lot about modding with the game Skyrim. That's where, because by that time I had transferred over to the National Guard. I was later in my career. And in the National Guard, I just had a lot more time on my hands. A lot more, significantly more private time and stability than whenever I was active duty. Now this was active guard. I was full time. But still, big, enormous difference, right? And so I have never played the Oblivion storyline, and I've never looked it up. I don't know. It's like it didn't exist for me hardly. I have some rudimentary idea of what's going on. I know about the gates and stuff like that, but I'm surprisingly in the dark on that game and its storyline and its various quirks that people came to love, which from what I understand the remastered version maintains. Like the characters look goofy sometimes, for example, because what I'm finding out is that an entire generation, millennials, now I'm Gen X, right? But millennials, they were still in school when this game came out. They would like play hooky to play this game. This was a game that defined a generation, you know. So they all have huge nostalgic feelings for this game, and from what I've heard, the game is getting really good reviews. It's getting a lot of great feedback. I actually heard about this while I was raiding with my guild, which is full of a bunch of millennials and some Gen Zers, and we were doing a raid, and somebody mentioned Oblivion Remastered dropping, and because it was a stealth drop, not everybody knew about this. Well, one guy in there he like stopped the raid. He was like, "Are you serious?" And he had all kinds of questions, right? We had to actually shut him up so that we could continue on with the raid. But he was over the top excited, you know, about this game coming out. And from what I've heard, it is really well done. The fact I've never played it before fits really well with my channel, since not really by design, but I tend to play a lot of games that I've never seen before. And I guess because my playthroughs take such a long time, a lot of times I don't go back and play repeat playthroughs. And so I always seem to be playing a game that I haven't played much, you know, as of late, or for quite a while now.
Look out!
So it fits in thematically, you know, and we're going to do this. And the first episode, I bought it last night, guys, and I might have done something foolish. I bought the deluxe version. It was $10 more. I don't know if I got trolled because apparently one of the really infamous things about Oblivion is that it introduced a new model of gaming where they continue to monetize you by releasing like little DLCs that should have come with the original and charging you extra for it. So what they did is they released like a horse armor DLC. I don't remember what the price was, somewhere between $10 and $20, I'm sure. And that started an industry standard that nobody's very appreciative of. Well, it could be that Bethesda is like making fun of itself by releasing a deluxe version, because I know I saw horse armor in that title. And it's possible that I just got trolled into paying $10 more. I don't know. If it is, I would say hats off to you. That's actually kind of funny. But anyway, I did get the deluxe version. I think there was another kind of armor in there for Dagon Mahomes. I can't remember. Mahoons. It's one of the dark gods. And here's my plan. I'm still kind of waffling on this because I'll tell you, my natural instinct is to play sword and board. And with the Oblivion gates and it kind of feeling a little bit like Dante's Inferno or Hell, that does seem to match up pretty well. Play some kind of a holy warrior or something like that. Uh-oh. That's a black bear, I believe. Oh, let's not fall off our horse here. Okay, calm down, get back on track. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Okay. And I can't really recall. I might not be getting this right. I don't think I am. Dagon Mahoons. I don't think that that's associated with the Night Mother. but it might be. And so anyway, it had some special armor in there for those who are going to go that direction. So I got it for that. I was thinking in terms of Night Mother, but now that I'm saying it out loud, I don't think they're tied together. I think it would be more along the lines of like someone who summons would I think it's a Daedric Lord. So anyway, my idea was to make one of the best characters I ever made in Skyrim was a dark elf assassin with bow support and a little bit of magic. And I can't remember what kind of magic. I know dark elves are good at fire magic, so I would assume that's the direction I went. But for an assassin, I've always kind of been drawn to alteration, I think it is. There's maybe another school where you can like conjure weapon. I guess it's conjuration. But a very light magic support. You can get stealthy stuff like that with certain schools of magic. So I figured that's probably what I would make. I like the whole chip on the shoulder background that dark elves have because they tend to deal with prejudice and stuff. So it makes them, whether they're running into prejudice or not, it makes them chippy. They're not really considered good guys. They're gruff. They're rough around the edges. Oh, there it is.
Oh, easy, girl. It's okay.
Oh, okay. That is a cougar.
Easy. Whoa.
Let's see if that guy gets got. Oh, there it is.
Devil take you.
Whoa.
It's a 3-star.
God damn it. Ah.
Chasing me. This isn't how I intended it to work. Oh, I was supposed to check my weapon too. I did not do that. Here's my Springfield. I don't know if I have a scope on that sucker. Let's go with Express. Okay, so I know that she's back here somewhere. We'll talk a little bit more about Oblivion here in a little bit. There she is.
Easy.
Yep, I see her. She keeps going the wrong direction for me. Okay, she's running. That's the 3-star I'm looking for. She got spooked. Way off into the distance. That sucks. That's bad timing. Alright, she's gonna hang out up there. Let's see if we can get close enough to track her. I think there were 2 of them. Bear off in the distance. Surrounded by danger.
Easy there.
Oh, I got her tagged up. I've got her in the lens somewhere. She's around there. Study. Track. Okay, I see her head poking out from the tree. Man, I find that it's extraordinarily often that I wind up being in some really weird positions where these animals are just hidden from me. Oh, Doc, this is taking too long. Oh, I've got the weapon on me. Okay, my bad. Here we go. I sense blowing towards her. There she is. Okay. It's probably not going to help me to create a save scum here, because if we have to reload this, it'll just load me up in a random area. But I'm going to do it anyway. This is quite a ways away. Shoot. Yeah, I had her and I moved off the mark. That really, really sucks. Where's that trail? I mean, I was tracking her. I ain't tracking her no more. What a horrible turn of circumstances. I'm in a bad position. I need a profile shot. This is kind of trash. Yeah, I'd ruined the pelt. Let's go this way, actually. Whoa, did she turn around? No. Shoot. She could probably hear me or smell me. Oh, she looking right at me. How can that... Got her. Okay. I think it was like there were leaves in the way or something, so it was saying it wasn't on target, but it was. There we go. We got our 3-star skin. That's great. We're going to be able to get the best satchel in the game. Absolutely fantastic, man. Came up here and got exactly what I was looking for without too much hassle. Gotta love that. That's a plan coming together, man. Okay, so that's right now what I'm leaning towards, guys. Make a dark elf assassin, so he'll be good with daggers. Give him bow support so that he can do ranged assassinations as well. Try to go work for the Night Mother. Have some magic support. Ironically enough, probably not fire magic, which means I might be looking at someone else other than a dark elf. I have not completely decided yet. But Friday, instead of doing our Friday chill episode for Red Dead, we're going to do character creation, however long that takes. It'll be an hour-long episode, somewhere thereabouts. So whatever it is I'm able to accomplish in that hour. But a minimum of character creation, I don't care if it takes 3 hours. We're doing character creation. I don't see it taking 3 hours, and even if it did, I'd probably edit it down. Let's pay our bounty right here. But that's the plan. And then next week, what we're going to do is we're going to have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday release for Red Dead. And Tuesdays and Thursdays will be Oblivion Remastered. Now, I am absolutely looking to see what your reaction is to this. And as far as I can think, you know, just thinking rudimentarily, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Big picture, broad strokes. There are 3 general ways that you could feel about this. Either 1, you're against it. 2, let's get her calmed down first.
Slow up now. You're okay, girl.
I hate when she gets like this. Mostly because I'm trying to talk and she kind of like steps all over me. That's a ground radio term. It means she overrides my communication. It kind of pisses me off. But so the first option is that you're excited. The second option is, nah, I ain't feeling that, man. That's not my style of game, and I want to continue to see more Red Dead as regularly as I can. Or 3, you're neutral. You're like, I don't know. You know, I'll check it out. It seems I'm neither positive nor negative. Do what you want. You know, and I would be interested to see how different people are feeling about this, just to kind of get a gauge of what the audience, the people who tune into this channel, are thinking, and that actually kind of helps me in the future in finding out what kinds of games do you all like the most. This is an RPG game. Well, Red Dead's kind of an well, no, it's not. Oblivion Remastered is an RPG, so we'll see how you guys feel about that. I'm excited about it, and I hope you guys are too, but I am interested in knowing the truth. You know, I mean, days like this... Are you a 3-star? You're a 2-star. I'ma shoot you anyway, just for spooking my horse.
Oh, now. Shh, there's a girl. Yep.
You got horse shit for brains.
Just for spooking my horse, man. I don't even know if I got... Oh, yeah, I got him. I think I saw red here. I might could use the meat. Yeah, there's red.
Yep.
We hit him. Yeah, I hear you.
Easy there, easy.
I don't see my tracks now. Oh, there. Okay. Here, get off the horse. I see ya. I see ya. Oh, you were just there. There you are. That's what you get for spooking my horse. Now you're meat. You're dinner. You're gonna feed my camp. I'm good with that. Look at the thing's eyes, man. That bear looked pretty impressive. Oh, no, I can't carry both the... Well, we're gonna take this. Maybe there's a butcher down here, and I can come back up and get the cougar corpse. Okay, go ahead and drop this. Well, actually, pick it up. I assume it's gonna tell me replace. Man, our clothes are drenched in blood. Yeah, replace. All right. Got a town right in front of us. We can go sell. I've got the meat. That's what I'm looking for. And then we'll pick up the cougar.
Yeah.
Actually, No, I guess not. There's not a meat vendor here. I thought there was in Strawberry. I'm a little stunned. Alright, well fine, we just ditch the cougar then. And I'll take this to camp and give it to him. Even though that was a 3-star corpse. But oh well. C'est la vie.
Why you vexing me, eh?
Oh, why are you standing in the middle of a road, man? You want to stand in the middle of something, go to your living room. You sure we don't have a meat vendor here? I thought there was one right over this way. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, the butcher. I want to sell you a shot up bear.
People really enjoy that.
It's fine. It ain't you're bleeding. Will you quit hassling me and leave me be?
They ain't doing too well over there.
Hey there, girl.
Alright, let me see if I can get back up to where I was. I might actually get lost doing this. I don't have a great sense of direction, guys. GPS was a godsend for me. So, yeah. What do you think about playing Oblivion? If you don't know the game, if you don't know anything about the game, it's perfectly alright to be neutral, you know? But I sure am looking forward to it. From what I hear, I meant to mention this earlier. From what I'm hearing and the impression I'm getting from the guys in my guild and the stuff that I've seen on YouTube from reaction videos and people doing reviews, I think the game's been out for 7 days now.
Whoa, easy.
Is that this is the best story that the Elder Scrolls has to offer. Now that blows my mind because Skyrim to me was phenomenal. This thing got all ate up, huh? Yeah. Okay. Oh well. Skyrim was pretty phenomenal to me. I don't know if I would say from a story perspective. I don't know how to talk about Elder Scrolls games in that regard. Their stories are not... Like, I think the Mass Effect story was better. It's more scripted. But with Elder Scrolls, it's open world. And so stuff kind of... They have like this blend of scripted overall narrative and then a whole boatload of side quests and stuff that you can get involved in, and then the world itself is kind of the immersive part of it all.
Nice to see real shit.
And you really just become you really get immersed into the world. It to me, and this is give me latitude to geek out here. I think this sounds really nerdy, but it feels like I live in the world. Like a part of me is actually in it. That's how immersive those worlds are. That's what appeals to me about this game. You know, I really enjoy immersion. And that's what Elder Scrolls is they kind of like set the bar for that. So it's not so much the storyline itself, it's the environment that you are saturated in and that you sink into. But as I'm hearing the reactions and stuff, the overall sentiment is that Oblivion is the top of the top. And that it's like kind of not even close. Which again was just real stunning to me, because to me Skyrim was like a game changer, man. Skyrim felt like it kind of changed the video game industry, and it's to the point that I'm actually skeptical and fearful of Elder Scrolls 6 because I don't know how you meet that bar again. Not with the politics and the pressures in today's world. And I just don't know how you can meet the bar that Skyrim set with all of the modding that kept that game alive to this very day. People are still playing it because texture packs have been released and the game looks good still. You know, they've gone so far as to put in mods that change the fighting system to be more modern, where you can dodge roll and stuff like that. You know, that's been out actually for a long time. It makes it a little bit more action RPG style. So I was real surprised to hear these kinds of sentiments echoed pretty much universally of how Oblivion is the standard, not Skyrim. When it comes to immersion and storyline and how intense things felt and I guess stuff like that. So I don't know, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Let's see, I told you about the release schedule. It'll be Tuesday and Thursdays for Oblivion. Oh, I missed the post office there. Got a post office? It must be this right here.
Slow it up.
Here, let's pull you off the road. We'll hitch up here? Yeah.
You rest up.
But now maybe you kind of understand why I was saying in today's earlier video where I talked about how we're going to be doing this. Why I was saying, man, you know, I've turned down a lot of games and just stuck with Red Dead as the plan. For months now, I've had these thoughts cross my mind on more than one occasion. But this game came up and like, I can't turn this one down. Pay bounty.
Clear this right up for you.
And part of that equation is that you want to strike while the iron's hot. I'm not going to lie to you. I make no money on my channel, but this is kind of the nature of social media. You get kind of a little bit of an endorphin rush whenever people watch your stuff, when they comment on it, when it feels like you brought something to the table that they enjoyed. You know, and depending on what your personality type is, for me, that's actually really big. I am a encourager slash helper. I really dig, just by my personality type, I get like endorphin rushes off of being of use to people or doing something that helps them in their current life. And if you've never heard before, like I started this channel during COVID, when governments all over the world just inextricably made the decision. I mean, well, if we were to get into it, I would tell you it's not surprising at all, but that's because I believe that there's a group of highly influential and wealthy people that work together for nefarious purposes. But kind of inexplicably decided that quarantine was the way to go, and let's go ahead and destroy our economies. Well, my brother, you know, I have two brothers, and of the three of us, I am far and away the one that does the best on his own, isolated by himself for long periods of time. If you were to put me into the scenario of being in prison and thrown into solitary confinement, it's really strongly likely that of all the people that watch this video worldwide, however many views this thing gets, I'm a small channel, it's extremely likely that I'm the one that goes insane last. I just am really good at being on my own, self-entertaining, finding stuff to keep my mind active. It does not bother me in the least to be on my own, isolated, completely alone, with no social interaction at all for long periods of time. Nobody can do that forever. It'll drive you crazy. Human beings aren't made to do that, but I can do it for an incredibly long amounts of time with no effects. My middle brother, kind of the opposite. You stick him into a room and tell him to watch paint dry, and it might take 3 days before before he's crawling up the walls out of his mind. You know, he's very social, and he likes to be around people. So I grew up understanding that this is a personality type, and it's a real need and requirement.
Yeah.
Because I grew up with my brother, and I learned, you know, as a kid growing up, oh, this is how he ticks, you know, and what he needs. So then I started this channel with the idea of helping people that I knew were going to be locked away and isolated for long periods of time due to quarantine, far more than what's healthy for them, and that they would be suffering actual mental health crisis. And I felt like, well, maybe I can do something about that by trying to make content to keep people entertained and try to be kind towards people, which is not something you always hear from conservatives, right? It's not that we're mean, it's that conservatives are kind of done with the whole that's more of like a liberal sentiment. Be kind towards everybody. Towards everybody, are you running a high fever? Do you understand that there's a lot of bad people out there with really bad intentions, or that there are people that are not purposely trying to do things wrong-headed, but they are legitimately mentally ill, you know? And so my attitude, you don't always find that in conservative circles, because we're bucking against this trend so hard and trying to get back to what we would call common sense. But I tend to be very cognizant of how other people are doing and whether they're acting outside their personality and things are going wrong for them, and I have a real desire to help. So I guess I gave a lot of explanation there to try and tell you that striking while the iron is hot and getting views on this game appeals to me, but not for the reasons of like I'm trying to grow my viewership or I'm trying to monetize my channel and make money, but more because it makes me feel good whenever I see positive comments, and I have thick enough skin that whenever I see negative comments or constructive feedback that says, hey, maybe don't do this so much and do this a little bit more, whether I agree or disagree with them, I can take that kind of criticism and it doesn't have a negative impact on me. So this game being as popular as it is right now is factoring into my decision. It's just that it's maybe not the biggest factor. At best, it's a 50-50. So hopefully that makes sense. Right now, I'm just kind of talking. We're at an hour 4, so we need to get home and sell this stuff and get that satchel made. But I sure do hope that I have made sense to you guys about what it is I'm trying to accomplish, why I'm doing it. I am totally interested in seeing how you guys feel about it.
Yeah.
And I guess the proof will be in the pudding. Again, I'm a small channel, and probably because of my opinions that I'm quite open about, I would imagine I'm not the most, what do you call that word? Whenever they push your channel for more views. You know, I'm not a minority, you can tell from my voice. Actually, you can't always tell. I've been surprised before.
Yeah.
But I'm not a minority, so that's something that they're trying to push, so I kind of lose out on those sweepstakes. I'm a conservative who's openly conservative and very pro-MAGA, and they're not going to be happy about that. Most of the people at these tech companies and anything to do with entertainment these days are on the opposite end of the spectrum, and a lot of them are. We have a weird thing happening where they feel like they're the nice, kind people that have open minds, and that we're the bigots and the racists, but really they're the ones that are the least tolerant. I think the way that they would view it is like, I'm not going to tolerate evil. I think that's how they would put it, but they're mistakenly looking at us having a difference of opinion and then labeling us as extremists that we are not. You know, being labeled as being bigoted and racist and homophobic. And I know my own life. I know what I've done. I've probably done more and put my life on the line more and paid the price more and put more at risk in the interest of standing up for black people and against the KKK than the people moderating my channel. That's real. I've stood toe-to-toe whenever I was a kid in high school against the KKK, grown men holding shotguns, and been willing to pay the ultimate price. That's real. I'm not racist. I hung out with the gay community for intensely for 4 years while I was in Italy. It wasn't really on purpose. It's just that there's a whole lot more homosexuality, or there was at that time, in Europe, and the kinds of people that I was hanging out with and the kinds of music and clubs that I was attracted to, that's who you ran into. So all my friends ended up being that. So I'm not homophobic. I'm not gay, but I'm not homophobic, you know? And so I have differences of opinions, and these people will lickety split, man, quicker than you could blink an eye. Be like, oh, you Nazi, you racist, bigoted, homophobic scum. And it's like, that's not correct. Right? I know my life, and I've probably, like I say, I've probably done more than you. So we're getting to the point where we don't care if you call us those things. That stuff has lost its value, and it's your fault. You know, but anyway, there's your, you know, I'm not a big channel, and I'm not probably ever going to be a big channel because I'm in the wrong slices of demographics. I'm guilty of wrong think, according to most of the people that run these things. I'm not the right color to be considered as being disadvantaged or oppressed or anything like that. So I don't know how much traction this game will get, but I can always compare it to what my views are on other games and get a general ballpark, you know, so we'll see. And I'm excited to see how that goes.
Arthur, dumbass.
Jeez, why you gotta talk to Sadie like that? I like that Arthur's pretty even and towards everybody. He don't treat nobody different.
Easy, easy.
I treat people different. You guys saw how like defensive I got about Tilly. I don't even know why. I like Tilly. I think she's a sweetheart, and the fact that dude was trying to work, man, we went to town on that gang. It didn't turn out well for them.
Arthur, get over here.
No, I ain't talking to you right now. So, yeah, I hope that all made sense. I hope you're excited about it, but I do want to know the truth. If you have any feedback for me, I mean, you don't feel pressured to say anything. But if you have an opinion, let's hear it. Let's donate.
My table awaits your offerings, Mr. Morgan.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'll keep the big game meat.
Yeah, looking forward to
Thank
seeing
you.
what you can turn that into.
How are you on space in that bag of yours, Mr. Morgan? Just let me know if you need me to make you a new one.
Micah.
Greatly expands the carrying capacity for all item types.
Looks great, Pearson.
There we go, man. I can't really quite tell what that looks like. It looks like it's got rabbit fur, actually, but I'm assuming cougar. Okay, it's a light tan. Yeah, the cougar skin. Okay, and yeah, it is. That's the cougar pelt. So there's the white and the light tan. Doesn't go as well as the other bags with my preferred tones of brown, but we'll just make it work. Back in the day, they weren't as fashion-oriented or fashion-sensitive. They wore what they could get their hands on, so we'll follow suit. There was something else I was going to say. What the heck was it?
Fantastic. Thank you. Good for you.
Oh, that's right. So let's go feed the horse also. It looks like it's morning time. Yeah. And we need to clean her. So, okay, here's the dealio. In this game right here, we have a lot of travel time, and it's an Old West game. It's something that hails back to a yesteryear of America.
Get over here.
I think that these things kind of weigh in on me in the subconscious, and I end up talking politics a lot in this game, right? And as I've said plenty of times before, I'm actually not focused on politics. I'm focused on culture and our society. But politics is where I best understand on where we're headed and the various conflicts that we have and disagreements. Let's make sure that she's clean. Player. Arthur should be fine. Yeah, he is. Fit, clean, and calm. Excellent. But I'm expecting that in a game like Oblivion, with it being a fantasy world, you might still get me talking plenty about cultural stuff. That's just how I'm wired, and sometimes I say stuff before I even have a chance to reel it back. You know, if something happens and it sparks a thought in me, there's not a whole lot of a filter there. And I'll be talking about something before I even have time to think about whether or not this is smart or does it have anything to do with the game or what would the audience think or anything like that, right? But as far as politics, talking about Trump, MAGA, tariffs, you know, whatever's going on there, probably not. Probably very little to none in Oblivion Remastered. So if you're somebody that kind of stuff is a real turnoff for you and it's like anathema and you're like, bro, I'm just trying to escape. Red Dead may be a hard series for you to watch, but Oblivion is probably going to be right up your alley. All right, let's go ahead and get some rest. We'll go to noon. Coming up on an hour 15. So today's episode a little bit long, but there was a lot to talk about. There was a lot to explain. And we finally got all the satchels done, so I'm happy about that. We got Charles' bank robbery quest checked off. So next episode, I'm thinking we're going to go do a yellow quest. Hosea right there. It's probably who we're going to talk to. All right, guys, let's go ahead and say, oh, that was the wrong one. Let's save it. I need to delete this. Overwrite this game's original save. This is the first save that I made in this game all the way back in January. Still got it. Do you want to overwrite? Yes, I do. All right, guys, again, I'm Aesop Grimm. Thank you for coming by this channel. I hope you like what you saw. More importantly, I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. And I'll see you in the next episode where this story continues.